And we are live. Hello, 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 everyone.
Welcome to the Five Senses.
Yes, so I am Amaya. I'm one of the teachers here in Lyon, France. And down here we have...
I'm Catherine, also a teacher from Lyon in France. But who are you? We want to know who is watching. So please, in the comments, write who you are, where you are listening. We would love to see you.
Well, we'll need to see. We don't have any viewers for the moment. We might need to introduce ourselves again.
Again, when they come on. Well, I wonder who will be the first person to join our stream. Come on, level 10 to 13. We know you're out there. We know you want to learn. Where are you? Who will our first viewer be?
And this is such a great focus too. I did it the other day, and it's a blast. I love this subject.
How has your day been so far, Maya? What have you been up to? Catch up while we wait.
Pretty good indeed. I've been creating a grammar song to post on Facebook and Instagram. So make sure to whoever is watching, please subscribe to our Facebook and Instagram if you want to see all of our fun videos. I
will write our handle here to follow us on Instagram.
Perfect.
__ no. You can see many educational and edutaining videos from our team.
So perfect. Hi, Valeria. Welcome from Busto. And we have Gianluca from Bologna, born in Palermo. Excellent. Welcome. So again, I'm Amaya from Lyon, France.
And I'm Catherine. I also work at Maya's Lyon. So we're very happy to see you here. Oh, we have a new person.
Hi, Martina. Hello, welcome. I hope everybody is doing well, having a nice day.
Yeah, it's very sunny here in Lyon.
It's beautiful outside. Yes, I want to go on my balcony, get a bit of sun on my very pale face.
Okay, so we've got a few viewers now, so let's get started. Our activity is about the 5 senses.
Yes, so what are we doing today, Catherine?
In this focus activity, we are talking about the 5 senses and learning vocabulary for making observations. Are you ready, Amaya?
I sure am. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. So the question, Amaya, please.
What are the 5 senses? So guys, in the comments, if you know what the 5 senses are, go ahead, write them. Catherine, I have a question. Do you think there are only 5 senses?
Ooh, that's a very good question, Amaya. It's true, we think of 5 traditional senses. Sometimes we talk about a 6th sense, don't we? If you can sense the supernatural or the paranormal. Sometimes we call that a 6th sense.
And actually, what are the senses? What are we talking about here?
Ooh. How could we define a sense? Maybe something that helps us understand or interpret what is around us?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So for me, it's really about, what allows us to perceive and be aware of our surroundings. How we perceive our surroundings. Oh, we have some new people here. Hey, Tatiana, welcome. Miss you, girl. Ooh, we already have a few answers here. So Valeria talks about hearing, absolutely hearing, right, with our ears. We have Gianluca. Oh, wow, okay. So we can so we can hear, we can see, and we can sell with money. We can smell. Yes, you corrected yourself. Good. Excellent.
So that's 4, I think.
Oh, wow, fantastic. Martina has them all. We have sight with the eyes, touch, the skin, smell, taste, and hearing. Fantastic job. Really good. We have our 5 senses.
There we go. But I'd like to come back to your question, Amaya. You said, are there more than 5 senses, in fact? In the comments, do you think there is any other way we can sense or we can perceive what is around us?
What do you?
For example, maybe I'm walking and I need to stay correct. I need to stay smooth. That maybe we can talk about a sense of
balance.
Yeah, I think a sense of balance. We could perhaps talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking of, imagine, so if you have your eyes closed, I can touch my nose without seeing my nose, right? I'm aware of where my body parts, even like where they are, even if I can't see them. I don't know. Is that a sense?
Like, it's being aware of your body. Some people are very bad at this, so maybe it is a sense. Yeah, sense of balance. Great one, Martina. What about if we're in a new city? Yes,
exactly. Excellent.
Exactly. Great minds think alike, Tatiana. That's exactly what I was thinking. If you have a map, you don't know where you are, or you're very bad at sensing. The ocean is this way, the mountains are this way. Sense of orientation. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hello, Florian. Hello, Virginie. All of our students.
Hey, welcome.
Ooh.
Justice, that's an excellent one. How can we explain what a sense of justice is?
Do you think it's only about the law and what is legally considered correct? Or do you think it's more than that?
Well, in my opinion, it's more of a sense of, right and wrong. But I guess the notion of right and wrong is very subjective.
Yeah. But yeah, we had some great ideas here. So perhaps we agreed there are, in fact, more than 5 senses. But
Absolutely.
These are the traditional ones. So they're our focus today. Shall we continue?
Let's. Oh, excellent answer, Martina. Sense of humor. I love this.
Oh,
absolutely.
Good one.
It's one of the most important ones.
Okay, so here we have some vocabulary for you today. And don't hesitate to repeat after me at home to copy the perfect vocabulary. The first word is touch, tongue, brain, sight, 5, smell, hair, skin, taste, transmit, and function. So what's our activity here, Amaya? What do our viewers need to do?
So we have a paragraph here, a text that we need to complete with the right words. So let's read through it a first time and then check our answers. So guys, if you're watching, try to find all the right places for the words, and then we'll correct. All right, so it's really small on my screen. Hold on. Traditionally, there are senses and corresponding sense organs. The eyes, the nose, the ears, and the skin. Each organ has a different The eyes provide a sense of The nose is a conduit for the sense of The ears let us while the tongue allows us to Finally, the which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of The function of the sense organ is to receive internal or external stimuli and them to the nervous system and thus to the The coordinated use of all these senses leads to awareness and balance in the human body.
Ooh, I think Amaya can have a round of applause for reading all of that. Excellent performance. Thank you, Amaya.
Good. All right, so let's have a look. We already have a few answers. Let's begin with the first sentence, excuse me. Catherine, do you want to read it again and see what the answer is?
Okay. Traditionally, there are 5 senses and corresponding sense organs.
Yeah.
The eyes, the nose, ears, tongue, and the skin.
Very good. Each organ has a different function. Yeah, excellent. Good answers, guys.
The eyes provide a sense of sight.
You got it, Catherine. Sight. Excellent. Yes, good. The nose is a conduit for the sense of smell. Absolutely, Tatiana.
The ears let us hear, while the tongue allows us to taste.
Great. Excellent. Finally, what is the largest organ?
Let's see if anybody knows in the comments before I reveal the answer.
Yeah.
Who will it be? Who will get the answer first?
Oh, the brain. So here we think it's the brain. Is the brain the largest organ?
Shall we find any other answers coming through there, Amaya?
No. Well, you know what? I will tell you. Right. So finally, the skin, which is the largest organ, exercises the sense of touch. I didn't even know the skin was considered as an organ. I don't know why. I don't know.
I did know that fact, but I'm not sure exactly how you define an organ.
For me,
in fact,
skin was just the body envelope. Maybe
it's a very sensitive body
envelope. Hello, Simon. Welcome. All right.
Okay.
Do you want to continue?
I sure do. So the function of the sense organ is to receive internal or external stimuli. And I think Virginie has the answer here.
Absolutely.
Excellent. To transmit, or we could say perhaps to send, to convey them to the nervous system, and thus to the... Does anybody know? Send the message to the...
Head, hair.
Brain. It's what's on the inside that counts, Amaya, in the brain.
And so finally, the coordinated use of all of these senses leads to awareness and balance in the human body. Fabio liked my body envelope comment. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, English is a very creative language. We can always come up with new terms that maybe nobody has ever said before. So
why not? Good
work there, Amaya.
Let's be creative. All right, great, guys. Great work completing the text. Well done.
Shall we move on to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am. Let's.
Ooh. Amaya, please read for us.
Absolutely. Using your senses, which senses are these examples of? There may be more than one answer. Okay. So here we have a breathtaking sunset. Wow. What scent do we use here?
Beautiful. Maybe it's orange and yellow and purple and pink. You're amazed when you...
What? Oh, perfect. Martina gave us a great answer. We're using sight here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And are we using other senses? I was thinking touch before, because when the sun is out, you can feel the heat on your skin. But this is sunset, so I think the sun isn't very strong at that time. I don't think you would use your sense of touch, but sight for sure.
For sure. Okay, let's see the next one. Fresh ground coffee. Ooh, now perhaps this is a new word. Ground.
Yeah.
Ground coffee. We must grind the beans. So we have the beans, we grind them, and the result is ground coffee, and almost like a powder. So personally, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know that for some people, this has a very strong reaction.
Yo, coffee is life. Life, I tell you.
So I wonder what the number one sense that is.
All right. So here Virginie says taste. I don't know how nice that is to eat ground coffee. You would have to make it into coffee first. Martina says smell and maybe touch. I feel like that's pretty accurate. You can really smell the ground coffee when it's really fresh, and touch it. Yeah, the texture.
Great.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the next one, Amaya?
A thunderstorm on a hot day. Oh, I like this one.
Ooh.
So what senses would we be using in this scenario? A thunderstorm on a hot day. What do you guys think?
Now, where we live in Lyon, we often get thunderstorms in the summer, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's true.
Normally, I'm from New Zealand. Normally, thunderstorms, that's winter territory. And I was very surprised the first year I was here. Some very amazing extreme storms in July, sometimes in August as well. Yeah. So what are people saying in the comments?
Let's see. So we have hear and sight. So hearing and smell. Yeah, hearing and sight. Smell. What do you smell? What is it that you smell during a thunderstorm?
I have an idea. Sometimes in the summer when it rains, there's a very particular smell when the rain hits the hot pavement or the hot concrete. I can imagine the smell. I wonder if that's what...
Yeah, smell the wetness in the air. Definitely. So people are saying sight and hearing. So what is it that you see during a thunderstorm?
What do we call? Think of Harry Potter. What does he have on his forehead? What do we call the flash in the sky?
The flash, yes. Right.
Does anybody know?
Yes, excellent. We see the lightning. And so what is it that we hear?
See, I'm a very good artist. Here's my representation.
Beautiful, Catherine. I love it. Very realistic.
A lightning bolt, we can call this.
And we hear the thunder.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's a very sensory experience, isn't it? A thunderstorm. We've got many things happening, lots of information to take in. Great answers, everyone. Okay, the next one on the list. Ooh, a screeching train.
What does that mean, Catherine?
I'm reluctant to do an impression. How could we describe the word screech? Often a very high-pitched noise.
Yeah.
Here, I imagine when the train is going along the tracks, maybe very quickly, and suddenly it stops. And the noise created by the metal, that could be described as screeching.
Yeah.
So
what sense?
I gave away the answer.
I think you did.
We'll see if anybody noticed. What senses do you imagine a train going past your house? Maybe braking very suddenly.
Excellent, Martina. Yeah, you can hear the screeching sound. And I had a student say sight as well, that if you look closely enough, you can maybe see sparks, right, from the metal rubbing together. You would have little sparks come out, but I haven't seen those personally, so I wouldn't know.
I suppose in that case, there might be a smell created too, and the impact of the hot metal, but I've never been close enough to a speeding train to cannot confirm or deny. Great answers there. Okay, the next one, Amaya.
Homegrown strawberries. Oh, this is making me hungry. So what are we using here for homegrown strawberries? What's the sense here?
What does homegrown mean, in fact? Is it any old strawberries? Is it normal strawberries, or are they special?
Yeah, these are special. They've grown with love, right? You made them grow yourself, right? You didn't buy them at the store or at the market. You really did everything yourself, from planting the little seeds to
watering it.
All right. We have taste, and smell. That smell of strawberries is so nice. Sight for the color, absolutely. Do you think that homegrown strawberries are more red than like shop strawberries? I don't know.
I'm ashamed to admit I have never grown my own strawberries.
Me neither. I have the opposite of a green thumb. I have like a black hand. I don't know.
Maybe it could be a challenge for us this summer. We can have a strawberry growing competition.
Oh, we could. That would be great. Who can grow the best strawberries? Challenge accepted.
Yeah, we could do a taste test. We could do a sight test. The most beautiful, the most delicious.
Why do wine tasting when you can do strawberry tasting?
Be our next event. Okay, let's see the next one. Ooh.
This is just getting worse and worse. Okay, a pork roast cooking in the oven. I'm salivating just thinking about it. Catherine,
now I'm almost vegetarian these days, but even this is very tempting. It's definitely speaking to a lot of my senses. Good roast. So what do we have in the comments here?
Ooh, yes. Smell and taste. Tatiana, I think you're right. Now, I think the roast is still in the oven. So I don't know if you can taste it. But some people say that when you smell something, you can kind of taste it. Just like people say that if you lose, or no, they don't say, this is just fact, science. Science says when you lose your sense of smell, it really impacts your sense of taste. And you can't really taste things as much.
Now I can see a great comment here that uses an excellent expression. I'm having mouth watering This is an excellent expression when you're thinking about food. It's like your mouth starts to imagine the taste, and sometimes it's figurative, sometimes it's literal. Your mouth actually starts salivating. Great expression there. Okay, I think we have one more. Maybe two more. Okay, a warm embrace. Ooh.
I love how we're hugging.
What? You're so far. I'll try and hug you through the camera, Amaya.
We'll do an elbow embrace. Elbow embrace.
So hopefully not smell for this one. If you're unlucky.
That happens.
Well, I guess it could be a nice smell if you have nice perfume. But the number one sense that we evoke here.
Absolutely.
Is touch. Yes. Okay. Now the last one on the list, Amaya?
Yes. An ice cream cone. Ooh.
I hope nobody else is hungry watching this webinar.
Sorry.
Because it's not very...
So yeah, what senses are we using in this context? An ice cream cone. So obviously we're imagining the cone, but like the ice cream on top as well, not just the cone.
Those of you who are my students watching, you know I'm not an artist. For the rest of you, here are my amazing talents.
Beautiful.
I'm sure the Italians watching are very horrified by my impression of beautiful gelato.
Oh,
so what
this? I love this answer. Where is it? Oh, I agree. What do we have here? So taste and touch. Absolutely. So when you touch it, feels cold, right?
That's right.
Then taste and smell. Does ice cream smell, Catherine?
That's a very good question. I can definitely imagine the smell of the cone, of like the waffle cone. I can imagine that having a smell. But you're right. I don't think ice cream itself smells.
So. Like when I go to an ice cream shop, it doesn't smell like anything.
But sometimes smell is a very powerful sense. Sometimes we have very strong associations in our brain with smells. So maybe for many people, for example, when you think of ice cream, you think of the beach because you have it at summer. So maybe you associate ice cream with the smell of salt or sand or something like that.
So yes, I think the cone has a smell. I agree, but the ice cream itself, when I smell ice cream, because I do that sometimes, it just smells cold, but it doesn't smell like anything.
Can it smell cold, Amaya?
I don't know. It feels cold on my nose or inside my nose.
The more we talk about senses, the more I'm feeling like everything is connected. I don't know where one of them starts. I don't know where one of them finishes. So I have some ice cream in my freezer, actually. So maybe after this webinar, I will do a smell test.
I wish. I finished my last ice cream yesterday. Damn.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, we only have fruit sorbet, which is not my favorite.
Sorbet. If it's like mango, yes. Sign me up.
I think we have apple and mandarin. It's for like healthy ice cream.
Healthy girl, healthy ice cream.
Okay, so great answers there, everyone. Let's continue. Ooh, Amaya, can you read this title for us?
Yes, the nose. Right? We have two words here with different spellings, but the pronunciation is the same. What is that called?
Different spelling, same pronunciation. I think it's a homophone. We're talking about phonics. We're talking about hearing or sound. I think they're homophones. Okay, thanks, Amaya.
You're welcome.
So there's certain vocabulary we use to make observations using our senses. So we have some expressions here. For example, it smells or it smells like. It sounds like. It tastes like. It feels like. Or it looks like. Now, what is the difference here? When do we say it smells? And when do we say it smells like?
What do you guys think? When do we use it smells and when do we use it smells like? Basically, when do we use like?
I'm thinking about that pork roast in the oven from the previous slide. I'm thinking about how we could describe that. In my brain, it smells delicious. It smells delicious. And what does it smell like to you, Amaya?
A pork roast smells like my grandma's house. Because she would eat them all the time.
Back to what we said about smell being very strongly associated with memory. So it smells delicious, or it smells like my grandma's house. What's the difference there in those two sentences? We need your help, please, in the comments. What's the difference? Maybe we can give you a little hint here, something to help you. Could you tell us, Amaya, what's the difference, please?
So we use like with nouns. So it smells like my grandmother's house. It's a noun, but no preposition is needed for adjectives. So it smells delicious. And we have an example here. Fresh ground coffee smells delicious, but it looks like dirt. That's very true, right? So can you guys come up with some examples as well for the different senses?
For me personally, fresh ground coffee does not smell delicious. But
you don't know what you're talking
about. To each their own, we can say. We all have different preferences.
Yeah. I want to say when my cat and I are cuddling, he feels really soft and warm. He feels like a pillow that's alive.
Ooh, very evocative image you've painted there.
Well, my cat is pretty fat, so yeah, pillow seems appropriate.
I bet he feels, warm, silky, smooth.
Yeah. I don't know. Does your apartment smell like anything?
It does. We made a quiche or a tart for lunch that had leeks in it. So currently my apartment smells like leeks. Leeks and broccoli and cheese. Doesn't smell the best.
Yeah. Well,
it's nice though when you smell food. I think you smell the food, but it gives you a feeling of warmth maybe because you think about people being in the kitchen, preparing things together. Yeah. So have we got any comments yet? Come on, guys, we need your comments.
Yes, we want some examples. For example, many pubs, English pubs, smell like old beer and vomit.
They smell,
but that's
disgusting.
Reality. Yeah. I don't know. What else?
Ooh, we have a first comment here. Thank you, Virginie.
Do you want to read it, Catherine?
It sounds screeching and it sounds like an old train. Yes, back to that example about the screeching train before. What else could we say? Maybe it sounds terrible. It sounds don't know, dangerous. It sounds very high-pitched. It sounds like an old train. Great example. Thanks, Virginie.
Definitely.
What about... we talked about the sun before. And I think at the moment, with everybody inside, maybe thinking about the sun is something that's very important to us. So how could we describe perhaps the feeling of the sun when we can finally go outside? It's the sun on my skin. It feels
really, really nice. For me, at least. I know that some people really hate being in the sun. I have a friend of mine. She refuses to be in the sun. She wants to be super pale. And I do everything I can to not be pale and to get some sun, but look at me. I'm like a snowman. I look like a snowman. There you go.
We could say she looks like a snowman, or she looks pale, perhaps. She looks white.
So it feels like liberty. Ooh, so you would say maybe it feels like freedom, I would say. Being outside in the sun.
Maybe right now, maybe we feel a bit naughty when we go outside. So we might say it feels naughty, it feels rebellious.
Well, like, I don't feel naughty if I'm on my balcony. I feel like I'm respecting the rules of confinement.
We're both lucky we have balconies, but I imagine for people that do
very lucky,
could be a difficult time. Okay, I think I'm looking at the time, and we have a very fun final activity for you.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I might skip forward to it. It was the sight one, I believe. Ooh. So, Amaya, what do we have here?
So we have a lot of different images here. These are what do we call these pictures? So these are what we call optical illusions. Optical illusions. So guys, if you look at picture A, we have 4 circles here, and there's something pretty weird happening. What do you see happening in this picture?
Whoa.
It's a little, yeah, it's pretty trippy to look at.
So I guess the most important question is it just a picture, a static picture, a still picture, or is something happening? I wonder, maybe the people in our audience, I wonder if they see the same thing or if they see different things. We need you to tell us, please. Leave a comment. Ooh, our first comment here.
They are circling around. Yeah, it looks like they are moving. It looks like the circles are moving. Do you see that, Catherine?
I do, but what way are they moving, Amaya? Are they all moving, what do we call it? We have 2 different directions that circles can move in.
So they can go clockwise. Right? They follow. Wait, no, it's.
I think your camera is flipped.
It's backwards. Clockwise, right? You follow the clock, or it can go counterclockwise.
Now I have to stop you there, Amaya. So can you remind everybody where you are from, please? I don't think we said at the beginning of the broadcast. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada. Where are you
from?
So
in Canada, they say counterclockwise. Now, I'm from New Zealand, and in New Zealand, we do not say counterclockwise, we say anti-clockwise.
What?
I think this may be more British, I think. It's our old colonial history there. So you have 2 choices, counterclockwise or anti-clockwise.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I've always heard counterclockwise. Interesting.
Counterclockwise. That's my American accent.
That's what we say in Canada, eh?
So yeah, I think for me, they're moving in both directions. I think if I concentrate too hard, I get confused.
I think it just depends on, like, if you look at them and you move your head, they kind of change direction, actually.
Amaya, we have a request. Could you write a little note with those new words on them, please, so that our students can see the spelling?
Counterclockwise. Oops, did it disappear?
I can see it in the discussion.
Clockwise. And you said anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
So 2 words? Or with a hyphen?
I would write it as 1 word. And maybe just a hyphen. I'm not sure what the official...
Anti-clockwise. Crazy Kiwis.
Okay, so illusion B. What is happening here? We've got lots of lines. I wonder, is this moving image or is it static? Are the lines straight?
The black ones or the red ones?
Well, both. I want to know what you see, Amaya.
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, the picture is really small on my screen, and I see them as straight. But I know I was looking at it earlier, and it was a lot bigger, and it felt like the red lines were curved a little bit. What do you guys see?
I could try and I wonder if I can zoom in to the picture. I'm not sure if that will end badly. I'm going to try an experiment here.
Go for it. Let's go nuts.
Where did my window go? I've lost my window. I'm going to touch nothing, guys. I think that's the best.
Let's leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
So what do you see? Do you see the lines as straight or curved on picture B? Oh, you guys are already on picture C. Okay, wow. So Martina responded, yes, it looks like the red lines in the middle are curved. Excellent. I think that's the objective. That's the illusion. In picture C now, we already have a few answers. Florian says we can see 2 pictures, 2 faces, and 1 cut. So it's not a cut. It's a cup. There you go. You corrected yourself. Excellent. Tatiana sees 2 faces. Martina sees coronavirus. What?
No, Drew made a comment about coronavirus just before Martina. For picture B, I think.
Like coronavirus in jail. That's a good one. That's actually pretty accurate.
If only it was so easy just to put it in jail.
If only, right? So yeah, what do you see? Like, what's the first thing you see? I think that when you look at it the first time, do you see the cup first or the faces first?
It's hard because my brain knows both are there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to look. I think I see the black, like if I were innocently reading a book and I turned the page, I think I would focus on the black first.
Really?
So I would see the vase or the cup.
I feel like the faces are the first thing that I notice.
I think it depends. If we just had this image on a plain white page, I think we would see the black more easily. But here it's kind of limited. It's kind of framed by the other images, which helps see the faces. It's all about the context, right?
Yeah, so Virginie saw the cup first. Valeria saw the faces first. And Tatiana sees both. She's a superhero.
Okay, now D.
Ooh, this one's trippy. It really looks trippy.
Now, I wonder if our viewers know that word, Amaya. You've used it a few times.
Ooh, yes. Trippy. What does trippy mean? I kind
of like everyday English. We don't even think about it. You might not learn it in your classes.
Yeah, I don't even know how I could explain what trippy. Trippy means like it's a little like whoa, like almost as if you were like hallucinating or something.
Yeah.
Like unreal. Do you have a better explanation for it? I don't know.
No, I think you're right to talk about hallucinations. I guess the word trippy comes from trip now. Sometimes if somebody takes certain drugs, they might imagine things that are not there, or their sense of sight or perception might be warped. So I guess the word trippy is like
oh, it makes me feel dizzy. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe. Definitely. It makes me feel dizzy. But yeah, definitely in picture D, do you see straight lines or do you see slightly slanted lines?
So for me, they definitely look like they're going in different directions. But yeah. I guess that's the purpose of this, is it must be fake news. It must be an illusion. And in fact, they are straight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it.
The position of the black squares being kind of off gives that illusion. I saw a really good comment here.
Oh, I have a good comment from Virginie about picture E. And she has a very good point.
True. Can you see it? And he can, apparently.
So it's true. Usually men are more likely to be colorblind, I believe.
Yeah. I showed this to my boyfriend, and he's very colorblind. And I was like,
very colorblind.
What number do you see? And he's like, 2? It's like, no, sweetie, it's 74.
Yeah, so Florian, we talk about being color blind or having color blindness. You cannot see color. Very simple expression in English. And we've got one more, picture F. Come on, everybody, use your words. What do you see here? Picture F. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. You know, Amaya and I, when we looked at it yesterday, we had some different opinions, like for the cup and the faces. Which image do you see first when you look at it?
Yeah. I would say for most people, like for me, is, an old man's head on the side with a big beard and his hand kind of like going like this. I don't know.
I think especially here because it's quite small as well. It's easier to see the global image.
But then if you really look closely, what do you see? So yeah, a face, an old man.
What is this? The face is, in fact, I don't know if you can see closely.
Yeah, you really have to get closer. What do you see, Catherine?
So I'm lucky. It's a bit bigger on my screen. I believe there's, in fact, 2 people. So this is a man wearing a hat and a beard, and he's holding some kind of tool.
Yeah.
And next to him is a woman wearing a dress. So in fact, what looks like the old man's ear is a woman with a kind of holding a baby like this.
Yeah.
And she's wearing a dress with a big yellow skirt, which looks like the shoulder.
Exactly. And then the face of the old man, so the nose and the mustache and the beard, that's actually an old man, like a full body old man doing something. So yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit small, you're right. But maybe after the webinar, if you want to see it in more detail, you can search something like old man illusion and you might. Oh, people are talking about a dog.
So we cannot guarantee what you find if you type old man illusion line.
Now, I think people are talking about a dog, and maybe it's hard to see, but what looks like the old man's hand could also be a dog lying on the street here.
Yeah. I hope it's like a sleeping dog and not roadkill.
Oh, that's a very lovely thought to end our broadcast on. Maya, so that's all we have time for, unfortunately. Thank you so much for your participation, everyone. Very quickly before you go, let's remember the 5 senses. Number 1, sight. Number 2,
hearing.
Number 3,
smell.
Number 4,
taste.
And number 5,
touch.
Touch.
All right.
So thank you very much, everybody. We hope to see you all again soon. Don't hesitate to check out our other webinars all day, every day, Monday to Saturday. And have a lovely afternoon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.